Today we're making homemade pizzas on the Kamado Joe. I have the DoJoe pizza oven attachment for this grill, and I've been making some pretty good pizzas on here. I think I've figured it out. So I'm going to show you guys how I do it. So I got the grill preheated right now. Prior to that, I did 3/4 full of the charcoal basket. I'm using regular charcoal briquettes for this. I've used lump, I've used briquettes. I noticed no difference in the pizza that comes out of this. I'm looking for a little over 400 degrees-ish to throw the DoJoe pizza oven attachment on, and that's what we're sitting at here. So we're gonna go ahead and throw the attachment on, let the pizza stone and the attachment heat up, and then we're gonna start throwing pizzas on when the grill's at 600, 700 degrees. This is what the attachment looks like. It's got a pizza stone on top. It's got the opening in the front to throw the pizzas into. Underneath the pizza stone is 2 of the heat deflectors that come with the Kamado Joe. So we just throw the attachment on, obviously with the opening facing out, and we close it. Just make sure it's lined up and there's no exposed gaps between the attachment and the lid. You can see the opening here is where you throw pizzas on. So I'll wait for that stone to be about 600, 700 degrees. So the top vents are gonna be totally closed. That's not gonna matter because all the airflow is gonna be coming out of here. Bottom vent is gonna be wide open, and we're just gonna let it rip until the stone hits the temperature that I want it to. What I do for dough is I get 2 large pizza doughs from a local pizzeria. I cut those in half and then I form them into balls. I let the dough sit out at room temperature for about an hour and a half, and I make my sauce. I use Cento San Marzano tomatoes. I crush them up by hand, then I add salt and pepper to them. For the cheese, I use whole milk, low moisture mozzarella, and I add a little bit of provolone in there as well. You saw me stretching the dough out with my fingertips. I try to make a symmetrical circle with it. Then I throw it up on my knuckles and stretch it the best that I can. I'm looking for about 10, 11 inches to fit onto my pizza peel. Place the dough on and start assembling your pizza. I try to keep the sauce and the cheese away from the edges as best as I can. I look for about 1/2 inch away from the edge of the pizza. That way you're not getting your toppings spilling over during the cook. Whatever pizza I'm making, I always top it with a little bit of olive oil on top. I'll put the pizza on the grill when the stone is at about 600 degrees. All right, the stone's at like 600 degrees. We're gonna throw the first pizza on. Again, you don't need parchment paper. Like I've seen all over YouTube, people using parchment paper to put pizzas on this thing. You don't need that. Just need a pizza peel, a little bit of flour, and a little flick of the wrist. Like 4 minutes and 30 seconds since throwing this one on, and it's done. Don't have to flip it, don't have to spin it. So we're gonna just stick our peel in here, get right underneath it. It's pretty much perfect. Nice crispy thin crust, perfect cheese. Let's go make a few more. Throw this one back in real quick, depending on how the bottom looks. The bottom looks perfect. Every time I do pizza, I like to do one that's a little bit outside the box and a little bit creative, and this one really paid off. I love fried green tomatoes, and we had a few from our garden, so here was my creation. Kept it simple on the last two pies, this one being pancetta. To not have to rotate a pizza or anything is huge convenience. You can see the cheese bubbling here and how hot that grill gets on the inside. You can see the crust came out absolutely perfect. Last one going on, we got pepperoni, basil, ricotta. At this point, the grill had been ripping at max temp for about an hour. We took a little break to eat since I had company over, and I threw this one in probably an hour and 15 minutes in. I was a little bit concerned. This one definitely took longer to cook, but you could see it's a little bit lighter of a cook, but when you check the bottom, that one also came out really well. This pizza took like 7.5 minutes as opposed to the 4.5 of all the other pizzas. And if you don't believe me, the crunch during this cut speaks for itself. I decided to make this video because when I got my Kamado Joe and got a pizza stone for it, and then eventually got the DoJoe pizza oven attachment, there weren't a whole heck of a lot of videos on YouTube about how to cook a pizza properly. All of the same principles apply if you have any grill with any pizza stone. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please like and subscribe to my page and follow along for more. I'm brand new to YouTube and every single subscription counts. Thank you.